What's this fish doing in our bucks?
The same as us, suffering.
The Gruse.
So a sewer crew has removed a monster 110-pound fatberg. Never heard of
What?
fatberg.
I never got moved from a sewer.
You don't weigh 110 pounds.
The co-host, better known as Rich.
Everybody takes a turn. Sounds like, somebody's sister in the neighborhood from when I was growing up.
The Talking Gruse, bringing you the less serious side of the news. Brought to you from the Rocket Courier Studios in Tempe, Arizona. Now, your host, The Gruse.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this online episode of remote episode of the Talking Gruse. I am your host, The Gruse, co-host. Now that we finally got all of our technical difficulties taken care of, how are you this morning?
I'm great. Just let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a short episode for all you guys, so bear with us, and here we go. So we had David Rush finally. I mean, he finally beat his 181st world record by breaking records.
Took him long enough.
Yeah, it did, definitely. Why don't we go on with the story here?
All right. Idaho man David Rush officially holds the most Guinness World Records in the world, a distinction he earned by earning a record for smashing records. Rush aimed to concurrently hold at least 181 Guinness World Records to surpass Italian serial record breaker and MIA person Silvio Saba in his total of 180, and he achieved this feat by earning the title for the most vinyl records.
Silvio, please come out. Come out of hiding, please.
Come out wherever you are.
We're begging you to please come out.
So he achieved this feat by earning the title for most vinyl records smashed in 30 seconds. He broke 55 of the albums in the allotted time, and in the process became the holder of the most concurrent Guinness World Records titles. Rush said he will have his work cut out for him trying to hold on to the title, as he needs to stay ahead of Silvio Saba, who has 180, and then Ashrita Furman, and who has about 150, and Andre Ortolf, who has about 100. So congratulations to David Rush.
Yeah, good for Rush. Now, Ashwita, that person was in another one that we had recently, and I don't remember which record it was that he just had beaten.
I don't remember either. All I remember is the nose typing guy, and the fact the new nose typing guy.
Yeah, well, the new nose typing guy, the guy who beat the record that we reported on, he wound up actually commenting on that short that was put out. So if you're watching this and you get to see this show, get with us. We put the email in there. It's the Talking Gruse at thegruse.com. Definitely get with us. We would love to have you on the show. Love to talk with you about it and go from there.
Now that we figured out this Google Meet thing, it might be happening.
Yeah, it might be a lot easier. Now, anyways, follow-up story we got going on here. So last episode we talked about the J slot, I think it was, or L slot, Boba Fett.
It is the 1979 J slot version 2 rocket firing mailer prototype Boba Fett.
Version 2. That could be 2 or Vive or Victor
right.
or version. But yeah, it went for what? 1.3, I think it was.
Yeah, an extremely rare prototype Boba Fett action figure made for Kenner's Star Wars line in 1979 has sold for a record-breaking $1.342 million. And Golden Auction said that this J slot.
Why couldn't I have that just laying around to buy a Boba Fett with?
Well, it was a prototype.
Right, so why couldn't I just have that laying around though?
Right. But it never made it to market. It's now the most expensive toy ever sold, and the most expensive action figure ever sold, and the most expensive non-prop Star Wars related item ever sold.
Now say that 10 times fast. That's a mouthful right there. Non-prop Star Wars related item that ever sold.
Sure. The auctioneer said the action figure is only one of 30 ever produced and is the highest graded example of the 3 known to still exist. The toy was made as a prototype in 1979 but never made it to market due to the risk of injury to children from its fiery rocket.
You'll shoot your eye out. Way to go, Ralphie.
A similar Boba Fett figure previously became the world's most expensive vintage toy when it was auctioned for $525,000 in June. That figure was one of 70 prototypes made with an L-slot firing mechanism.
The L slot.
Yeah.
L. The loser slot. The loser slot.
Nah, it's not a loser slot for $525,000.
Oh, God, no.
So,
God, no.
So,
but yeah,
and another
yeah.
story.
On top of that, you know, we had Indiana Jones. I'm one of my favorite movies. You know, Spielberg and Lucas get together. Spielberg, a Valley native. You know that, right?
Spielberg, what?
Was a Valley native.
Oh, that's true.
He went to high school. He went to high school at Arcadia up in Phoenix. And anyway, so Indiana Jones, go on with this one.
The famous fedora sported by Harrison Ford in 1984's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom fetched the swashbuckling sum of $630,000. Yeah, and his hat's funny too, and quite expensive. $630,000 at auction. Memorabilia company Prop Store said the heroic hat was among the more than 450 items up for bids in its U.S. Entertainment Memorabilia live auction. This fedora was made specifically for the second installment of the Indiana Jones series and matches film shots, production shots, and behind-the-scenes footage of Ford in the village set on location in Sri Lanka, in the minecart chase at Elstree Studios, and the river sequence shot in the U.S. The hat was part of the personal collection of Dean Ferrandini, a stunt performer who also wore the hat while doubling as Harrison Ford in the film. He died in 2023.
Yeah, so his family's pretty well set if they got any more props like that floating around.
Right? Yeah, just sell off a hat and a whip or something and you're set for life.
Yeah, no, exactly. So let's see here. Hold on a sec. Why is this
We
now
got bison, we got beer.
Yeah, no, your camera froze again, sir. There you go. Oh. You're back to it. Yeah, so there was a sign war going on. I think it was in a North Carolina town. I wish more businesses would do this, and it hopefully drove business, and it actually hopefully made them they had hopefully a little more fun with it, I guess you can say.
Yeah, sounds like it would be fun. It says a sassy exchange of words in the signs outside two North Carolina restaurants has now become a full-blown sign war with dozens of businesses chiming in. The tongue-in-cheek tussle began when Ioanni's Grill and Bar in Morehead City left a message reading, "Happy birthday, Jeff," on its marquee for nearly a month. So the neighboring eatery,
well, it was a birth month, not a birthday.
Right?
Yeah.
The neighboring eatery, the Dank Burrito.
I wouldn't want to eat at a place called the Dank Burrito. That just doesn't sound good.
Sounds like a roach coach on the side of a construction site.
Nice, yeah.
At lunchtime.
And a really nasty-looking old truck, too, nonetheless.
The Dank Burrito fired off the opening salvo by making its sign read, "Ioanni's, quit being lazy, change your sign." So Ioanni's owner, Sam Turnage, easier to say than Ioanni, changing the sign to, "Dank, we are not lazy, just busier than you." And there's a picture on here that shows that. That's interesting. Dank Burrito, not to be outdone, responded, "Y'all just look busy because it takes 2 hours for $1 taco." Them's fighting words.
Yeah, I know. That's go on there.
And the Dank Burrito owner says, "I've seen a ton of people stop and take pictures of the signs, and then more neighboring businesses joined into the fray. Prime Bistro changed its sign to read, 'Boys, do we need to have a meeting?' MEATING. A sign at EW Outdoors expressed a similar sentiment. 'Guys, do we need to taco about it?'"
Taco.
Everybody's a comedian.
Let's taco.
I think there's over 70 businesses that have chimed in since, Merrill said. That's the owner of Dank Taco. Local residents have been keeping track of the so-called sign war on a Facebook group. Merrill said he does not know how long the marquee melee will continue, but it's interesting. I thought it would fizzle out today, and people are still posting and gaining traction, and who knows, he said. Turnage said he has no intention of surrendering. I'm going to keep it going as long as I can, and I would too. If it's garnering attention for the business,
oh yeah,
more
definitely.
power to him.
Definitely. But, talking about meat, so, they say that you've heard the saying, it's raining cats and dogs. But have you ever heard the saying, it's raining meat?
Yes, only because of this very interesting story. A museum exhibit has explored the mysterious Kentucky meat shower of 1876.
The Kentucky meat shower of 1876, kids.
Need to make a movie about that.
That would be, yeah.
A Kentucky museum's new exhibit is dedicated to one of Bath County's most mysterious historical events, the so-called Kentucky meat shower. The Bath County History Museum exhibit details the March 1876 event, which is said to have occurred when Olympia Springs resident Rebecca Crouch was outside with her grandson, and chunks of red meat rained down from the sky.
Where's the grill? Why did they have a grill out there at that time?
I know, right? Just get the frying pan. A preserved piece of what is believed to be the meat that fell from the sky was preserved at Transylvania University in Lexington. Still stumped as why Transylvania University is in Lexington.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean,
and the school had the jar of flesh, but they returned it to Bath County to serve as the centerpiece of the museum exhibit. DNA tests on the preserved meat have been inconclusive, leading to multiple different theories about the cause of the meaty rain. One includes there's a weather pattern where winds pick up small fish and frogs, and I think it's called an upspout, and then they lay them down in another place. A professor, Kurt Godey at Transylvania University, told the local TV station, and for me, he says, the vulture vomit theory is the only one that feels possible.
Ooh, vulture vomit.
Vulture vomit.
Tasty. Tasty.
Maybe we don't want to fry up that milk or that meat after.
Yeah, no, I'll pass on that. I found it in my backyard the other day. Actually, the cat brought it into the house. A whippoorwill, Mexican whippoorwill. It's part of the nightjar family. I found out it's like a part of the owl family. Really fascinating looking little bird. The dog brought it. The cat brought it in. Didn't kill it. Just captured it and brought it into the house. So that was sort of fun. But yeah,
I got it for you.
Yeah, look what we got. I got a gift. Look what I did. But why can't it be? Thank God it wasn't like the bison, though. The bison. Bringing home a friend.
I think you'd be able to tell bison meat if it rained from the sky.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
In this story, 3 bison escaped from a Connecticut farm, and 4 returned. They spontaneous whatever. The owner of a Connecticut farm said 3 bison that escaped earlier this week came back on their own with a 4th in tow. Amanda Maresca, whose family owns the 3B Ranch in North Branford, said 3 bison escaped by knocking over a section of wire fence.
Well, that's the problem right there. That's the problem. A wire fence to hold bison in. I'm sorry.
They're probably usually too lazy, but
I would do something a little more secure than wire.
Yeah. Big old swinging metal gate.
Yeah, something like that.
Cattle tracks. Yeah. All 3 animals returned to the farm on their own Tuesday night, and the returning bovines were accompanied by a newborn baby bison.
Oh, so
what we've been saying was
they went out to go have natural childbirth in the forest.
She said the bison went out on maternity leave.
I go with the natural childbirth thing.
Yeah. The Guilford Police Department hailed the return of the missing bison in a Facebook post. The Fluffernators had a few eventful days out, meeting and greeting the locals, learning about the rules of the road. Everyone knows that buffalo have the right of way at an intersection now. And finally, they decided it was time to take a nap in the comforts of their own pasture. Maresca said she is hoping to involve the public in choosing a name for the bison baby.
Well, there we go. Put it up on the Facebook page of the city or something. I mean, that seems to be what everybody does.
Right.
Let's report it on the Facebook page. I mean, come on now. I mean,
if it's a female bison, we can call it Barb. For barbed wire.
Yeah, barbed wire. Hey, good times. So the last episode we were talking about the California raisins had spilled on the highway, and then we had some. And you didn't remember it, but there was time where beer had spilt on I-10 in the Phoenix area. But now we have more alcohol abuse happening.
Yep, the police in Mississippi have warned drivers to avoid an area Wednesday when a truck lost its load of beer on the roadway. Wow.
Wait for it. There it is.
The Oxford Police Department said on social media.
Nope, go ahead.
Whoa, echo. That the Jefferson Avenue was closed Wednesday between North Lamar and North 9th Street after the 18-wheeler dumped part of its load onto the roadway. Photos from the scene show that the road littered with beer, including Bud Light, Modelo, and Natural Light.
Well, at least that's good beer.
Please use another route, police wrote.
That's good beer to spill on the road.
Bud Light, Natural Light. Please use another route, police wrote, and no, you cannot help clean up. In other words, no coming over here with straws.
Yeah, and once they're getting kissed, lick it up.
Well, I don't know. These are bottles. I mean, they could,
Yeah, that would hurt. They could hurt themselves if you had bottles. So, anyways, well, that was a plow through the quick news stories of the week. We got everything, didn't we?
You want the loose kangaroo story?
Oh yeah, we forgot about the kangaroos. Yeah, let's go with the kangaroos.
Forget the kangaroos.
Yeah, because God only knows kangaroos should be everywhere but in Australia.
Yeah, especially in West Virginia.
Well,
so drivers on their way to work in West Virginia ended up delayed by an unusual traffic hazard, which was a kangaroo on the loose. Noah Mann snapped photos of the kangaroo that slowed traffic on Mud Fork Road in Burdenville, Logan County during his Friday morning commute. I was driving to work and we had 5 cars in front of us that stopped in the middle of the road. I was trying to look around and see what the holdup was when I was able to get into view.
Was the kangaroo's name
Kangaroo?
Joey? Did they start going, Joey?
Joey, come over here, Joey. He posted his photos of the marsupial hopping down the road on Facebook, of all things. What is a full-grown kangaroo doing running around the streets, he wrote. Mann said he contacted a friend who was able to speak to the owners of the kangaroo who have owned the pet since it was a baby. And yes, in West Virginia, kangaroos are legal to keep as pets.
I wonder if that kangaroo, if they did the kangaroo move from the Olympic breakdancer girl, Rachel Gunn, I think was her name, did do the kangaroo dance. I wonder if that's where they learned it from.
Yeah.
Did you see that when they had her? When she was doing her routine on the Olympics. Did you see? All the memes. I mean, it looked like the girl was having a seizure.
that just proves the theory that everybody gets a trophy.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right, everybody. Well, sorry for the technical difficulties. We've been plagued with them this week. That's why we're doing it this way this week, and hopefully we'll be back to normal next week. But this is a little good experiment for us. So please, now I am hearing the heavenly angels playing, and my God, I hope they take me away. Being that I'm at the second story of the home office here, and I'm going to just jump out of the window and end it all if they don't carry me out.
Carry me away.
Take me away. Remember to like, subscribe, click the bell button. You'll get to see our shorts. Hey, I don't have any shorts on, actually.
Nobody wanted to know that.
Hey, but that's what they say. I could about TV anchors. They wore shorts with their suit. We're on Twitter, better known as X. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are playing around a little bit with Rumble, and we are on TikTok. Please comment on our new thumbnails, and we sort of freshened up the page on all of our social media, and let us know what you think about it. Co-host, aside from technical difficulties, would you like to do this again in a week?
Absolutely. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Absolutely. I'm good with that. Everybody, until then, you have yourself a good week. We'll talk to you later.